Peace and love, family. I am Oshun your favorite womb goddess. And if you are meeting me for the first time, welcome in, welcome in. Go ahead and pull up a seat, sis, because I know you're going to love it here. On this channel, we talk about healing womb trauma, tapping into your femininity, and elevating to your goddess energy. So if that's something that you need, go ahead and hit that subscription button and join the Rebirth Society. Also, like this video if you get any value from it whatsoever, even if it's just a laugh. Your like goes a very long way. And if you're already a part of the family, you already know what's up. Don't be stingy with the gems. Share it with your girlfriends, share it with your sisters, share it with your aunties, your granny, your mom, anybody who you could think of who could benefit from this message today. Make sure that you share this video. It is greatly, greatly appreciated.
Yinka. I'm the spiritual type, and I'm a boss too. I'm a strong black woman. I can teach you femininity, the life of luxury. Come chill with me and let me show you.
So today I want to talk about the formula for healthy relationships. The formula for healthy relationships. I was telling the girls about the 3 components to a healthy relationship, and I was like, let me not be stingy with the gems and put it on YouTube. I wanted to bring this conversation to you guys, the formula for a healthy relationship, and I don't want you to just focus on romantic relationships when I give you this information, but apply it to each and every relationship that you can think of. So just as a disclaimer, we are now, this video is only for the people who are wanting to elevate their relationships. If you are not looking for allies, if you are not looking for people to help you to grow, for people to help you to be accountable, if you're not looking to see the mirror in yourself, if you're not looking to be a leader and an influencer, then this may not be for you. It may be very triggering to you. So I want to be clear that this formula will only work if that is your intention. This is not meant for you to use it as a manipulation tactic. It is not meant for you to use it as a way to psychoanalyze people and get your way. It is not for anybody who has any low vibrational intentions of trying to get this to work for them. It is only going to work with people who are looking to elevate themselves and hold themselves accountable, because that is the only way that we can grow. Ashe? So let's get right into it. So the very first thing that is required for you to have a successful relationship of any kind is spirituality. Okay? Go ahead and take a pause, take a breath, internalize that however you see fit. But spirituality is the key to a healthy relationship. Now, let me elaborate on that before people start flipping their wigs. I want you to understand what I mean by spirituality. I'm not telling you to go against your religion, but I'm telling you to dig deeper. You need to have a relationship so intimate to the divine that you are able to consult the divine in knowing if this relationship is for you in this moment, in this setting. And this is very important, and this is always going to be number 1 on the list to having a healthy relationship. Because if you have nothing to hold you accountable, if you have nothing to keep you grounded and keep you sane, then it's not going to work. What it will look like to put spirit first is praying over that partner. It requires you to remove yourself from the situation, remove yourself from whatever is happening, whatever the argument is, and go and ask the divine for counsel. Go and ask the divine for wisdom, not your friends, not your family, not your parents, not your partner, but go and ask God how to manage your sibling. Go and ask God how to manage, because if these are relationships that you want in your life, if these are relationships that you want to strengthen, then you need to know then you need to go and ask the manufacturer, how do I love them? How do I show up in their life? How do I protect them? How do I show up as a sister? How do I show up as a friend to this person? How do I show up as a wife to this person? Without spirituality, your relationship is never going to work. I've never seen a successful relationship that does not have some type of spiritual background. And your religion does not matter here, because a lot of people can be affiliated with the religion and still have no spirituality, still have no intimate relationship with God. So this is why I say spirituality more so than just religion, because you can pray all day, but your prayers mean nothing when the actions and the intent and the relationship isn't grounded enough. So before we go into the next one, again, this is for my mature audience. And this is for my girlies who are ready to level up, who are ready to tap into their goddess energy and really become that feminine magnet of good, healthy relationships. If you're not there yet, sis, it's okay. We still love you. But this one might be a little harder for you to practice and to put into motion. So the second ingredient to the formula for a healthy relationship is grace. Grace. Showing your partners grace. Now, if you're still here, friend, I know it's because you're ready to be held accountable. You're ready to grow. You're ready to evolve. So I really need you to take notes on how to internalize what I'm saying to fit your relationships. So when it comes to grace, and giving grace to your partners, to your friends, to your children, to your coworkers in any relationship, how do we show grace to maintain and sustain a healthy relationship long term? There is a thin line between settling and showing grace. Okay. Now, before I get into that, please understand this is a formula. This isn't a pick each one and how it works. This is a formula, meaning that all components have to work together to achieve this goal. Okay. So that means you have to still start with spirituality. So if you have the okay from the divine to enter into this relationship, to enter into this partnership, then grace comes from allowing yourself to be what that person needs. Grace can only be practiced when Spirit has given you a divine assignment and you remove yourself from the outcome of whatever that assignment is and you allow Spirit to move through you. Let me say that one more time. It might have got lost in the sauce. Hold up. Let me. Grace can only be practiced when Spirit has given you a divine assignment, when Spirit has ordained this relationship, when Spirit has given you the green light to this partnership. And because Spirit gave you this assignment, you remove yourself, your expectations, your rules, your standards to the outcome. You remove those from the outcome and you allow yourself to be nothing but a vessel for Spirit to use you to help whoever you are in partnership with. That's a lot. What does this look like practically, Yinka? How do we do this practically? Okay, I got you. What does this look like? It looks like when you have a certain thing that you like, you like the dishes put away a certain way. You like your clothes to be folded, the laundry to be done a certain way. You like your desk to look a certain way. You like your friendships to look, you like things how you like things, right? You have your expectations. You have your own thing that you like in your life, right? And you bring somebody else into your world and they ain't doing it the way you like it. They putting the dishes on the wrong side. They leaving the stapler out in the wrong way. Grace Grace is being able to, for one, be emotionally intelligent enough to express your emotions of frustration, to express your emotions of uneasiness. You are able to express that without being angry, without being disrespectful, and without suppressing it. You're able to do those things. That comes first. That comes first. That's the first part of it. So now that I've told you I don't like it that way, let me teach you how I like it, right? So I'm showing you how I like it done. Can you put this back where you got it from? Can you put this back over here? Well, I like it when these things are right here because of this, and this. You help people to understand you. You help people to fit in your world. You train people, if we want to be honest, you train people how to deal with you. You train people how to coexist with you, right? But in the midst of that training, you remove yourself from the outcome. That person might be coming to test your patience because you need your patience tested. That person might be coming to you because you need to be a teacher in that moment. Nobody taught them structure. Nobody taught them how to do this correctly. So you're teaching them how to do that. You don't give up on them and just say, oh, well, I don't like how you do it, so I'm about to get somebody else to do it. You give them grace and time. And then for some of you who might be thinking, well, how long do you let somebody practice before you realize that this is not for them? Or how long am I supposed to be watching them struggle with it without me, like, am I supposed to be uneasy and let them keep pissing me off? Well, if it's a trigger for you, then you need to work on why is it triggering you? Because again, you're just a vessel. I ain't gonna say nothing should bother you. I'm not going to say it shouldn't bother you, but it shouldn't be triggering you to the point where you're about to completely dismiss them. You're about to completely mess up a divine assignment because of your own expectations and because of your own will, your own personal will. This is the definition of let thy will be done. If I prayed about it, because again, we got the relationship with spirit. If I go and pray about it, spirit is going to guide me to get them to understand this. You let spirit guide you because it's a divine assignment. It's not up for you to judge and to dictate. You can't let your ego allow you to miss out on your blessing or miss out on this lesson in this time because you want to step in and do what you want to do because it's pissing you off. You want to say, all right, God, this ain't for me. This too much work. Go help them. Go get somebody else to do it. We want to quickly give up on people because they're not reaching our expectations because we haven't humbled ourselves to the point where we're not allowing our own personal agenda to get in the way of God's assignment for us. Ashe? And then lastly, but most definitely not least, the third ingredient to the formula for a healthy relationship is growth. It's growth. It is growth. When you are in any type of relationship that is not growing, then it is dying. You have to constantly be growing. If you notice, every single piece of this formula requires self-work. The key to a healthy relationship is self-work. Not who you can change and who you can control, but how can I have a deeper relationship with spirit? How can I show grace to the people around me? How can I grow more in my character development, in my extracurricular activities, in my skill sets, in my crafts, in my gifts? How can I grow more? How can I discover myself more? Growth is measured on so many different levels, and you need to be growing in all of them. Maybe one year you want to grow, and maybe one year you want to grow your hair. It's still growth. Maybe one year you want to grow. Maybe one year you want to learn a new language. Maybe one year you want to learn a new skill. You need to constantly be growing. When one person is growing and the other person is not growing, again, if it's a divine assignment, just because it's a divine assignment does not mean that it is permanent. If we're talking about divine assignments, then we are talking about a relationship that spirit ordained, whether it's temporary or whether it's long term, that is not for you to decide. Your only job is to be present in that moment, listen to spirit, and allow yourself to be a vessel in that relationship, and have no expectations of where forever is going to be, or if it's going to be long term, is it going to be short term. All of that stuff, it's just for your own mundane purposes. We are on God's timing. We are not on our own personal timing. So we can't say, oh, you were supposed to love me forever. You were supposed to do, well, what if they die tomorrow? So how do you constantly grow? How do you constantly grow? The practical steps of constantly growing is to master the art of detachment. When you master the art of detachment, then you no longer get complacent. You no longer feel abandonment when people move out of their life, because that one thing about it, two things for sure, we have no control over no one else. We have no control over who stays in our life and who leaves. Even if it's just them, somebody saying, oh, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. That's equivalent to somebody transitioning and going over to be with the ancestors. We do not have control over the timing that we have with people. So the best thing for us to do is to live in the moment, to appreciate the experiences that we have with people while we have the time to. And when we're constantly growing, we're constantly putting ourselves in a position to constantly be able to teach one another, to constantly be in a place to elevate one another. But if nobody's growing, then the relationship is dying. When something is stunted, is not growing, it's dying. So when we are looking at the formula for a healthy relationship, it has to have growth on all areas. You need to constantly be putting yourself in a position to learn more, to do more, to have more. And some people might argue, well, when is good enough good enough? A creator is going to create. On their deathbed, they're still going to be finding ways to be creative, because that's what creators do. Winners win. It's not about the reward at this point. It's about being in your God conscious. God is a creator. So when we are tapping into our goddess energy, when we are tapping into our God bodies, we are constantly creating. We are constantly growing. We are constantly evolving. When that stops, then so does the relationship. When you're at work, when you stop performing at a high level, when you stop growing in the company, it is time to go. When you've reached your cap in anything, it is time to go. You have reached your max. You have reached your max, and now it is time to go. In any relationship, once you feel like you have reached a top, once you have reached the capacity of all you can give and receive from this situation, you have now reached the expiration date. And then we still go back to spirit and confirm that, and then go back to spirit to get counsel and guidance on where to go from here. We don't stay in those situations just because it's comfortable. We don't stay in those situations just because we gave a commitment. It is okay for commitments to change. It is okay for contracts to be renegotiated. It is okay. How you're renegotiating and when you're giving up is the main component to this, but it is the main key to this. But we have to constantly be growing. When we stop growing, we are killing off the relationship before it even reaches its full potential. And if it has reached its full potential and there's no more room to grow, then we got to get some bigger shoes. We got to get a bigger house. We got to get a bigger vision. Because we have to constantly be growing for our relationships to be healthy. We have to constantly be growing for our lives to look the way it wants to, for our lives to be successful individually before we even can be able to contribute that to a partner, to a sister, to whoever you want to to who you ever want to experience life with. Ashe. So I hope that this was very informative for you guys. If it was, please make sure you give it some thumbs ups. Please, please, please. I need all the love that you guys have to offer me. Drop down in the comments, which one do you think is going to be the most difficult for you to do, or which one are you struggling with at the moment? Are you struggling with your relationship with the divine? Are you struggling with showing people grace and forgiving people? And then And are you struggling in your personal development? Are you struggling in growing? Are you struggling in knowing what to do next in your creative space? If you are struggling in any of these areas, if you're looking for a sisterhood or a family for you to join and learn more about spirituality, learn more about character development, if that is what you're looking for, if that is what you're seeking, then comment Rebirth Society down below. If you're already in the Rebirth Society, then make sure you drop some gems in the comments to show some love. Comment Rebirth Society down in the comments, and I will send you an application directly to your DM for you to apply to join the family. I hope you use this information for you to grow and develop as a person, but also for you to know when people are not for you, when things are not in alignment and they're not growing and they're not moving. Spirit will let you know, and the only thing that you have to do is continue to show people grace, continue to develop in your character, continue to listen to Spirit and be obedient, and your relationship will be fine. Your relationship will continue to grow, and when it does not grow, when it stops growing, Spirit will guide you to the next place, so you don't have to feel like you lost anything. If anything, you've just gained another wing to level up to the next place. Ashe. So that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel because there's plenty more videos where this one came from, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.
I'm the spiritual type, and I'm a boss too. I'm a strong black woman. I can teach you femininity, the life of luxury. Come chill with me and let me show you. Yinka.